the reality is it's noisy out there, and it's noisy in every channel, but especially email. And then you've got things like spam filters and bot programs that are meant to screen stuff out. You've got massive regulatory change happening in Europe and California, and the writing is on the wall. That changes in the air across the board with dealing with data security and privacy issues. And so one of the things I like to remind our clients and really think about is when you're thinking about data, don't just think about the email address. If you're doing ABM programs, where you're going to do fulfillment and mailers, physical addresses are important. And if you're selling into an enterprise, they may have 20 physical addresses. And so which location is that person at? And things like their social IDs and their LinkedIn profile IDs all become critical things for a long-term kind of hygiene and maintenance. So yeah, tell me a little bit about kind of a lot of my knowledge I gained from, talking to you and your perspective on thinking about that data set and things like, social ID handles and how those things come into play now. Talk to us a little bit more about your philosophy and approach when you start to think about a data set.
Sure. So social ID, you are right. It's one of the, and when I see social ID, I mean their LinkedIn profile ID. You shouldn't just have that in LinkedIn. You should have that next to every contact record. So should you want to go and update that record because a VP that you sold millions of dollars of product to has left and they're in the same industry at their new company, chances are you follow their LinkedIn profile and you could reach out to them and rekindle that relationship by going to that LinkedIn profile. So the social profile is critical. I can't stress that enough. The information that comes in that social profile is, I guess it's like the social DNA of where you can find that person. So that's a big part of what I recommend, is that you have that, and it also comes with it goes to the question, which I think we talked about last week. Should I delete my data? Right? It's old, it's tired, it's not working. Well, this is a great example that no, don't delete your data, because there are touch points in there in which you could use to update it and get it fresh again. So that's sort of like an axiom in my world. Never delete your data, leverage it to get it updated. And the social ID is a big part of that.
I mean, the value of data is and the real literal cost of what it takes is so much higher than I think folks think through a lot of times. And so yeah, I think that's been part of the exciting part of this relationship. Is it's not just about going out and building new lists, it's about how can you be in a much smarter position to use data. And as email, and again, email is still the workhorse of B2B. I think it always will be. But I think it's getting to be more of a more impactful channel for known audiences, that have opted in, that you're getting to their inbox, not their junk mail kind of thing. We've seen the opposite happening in display advertising, where the Facebook algorithms are getting smart. We all see it. You think about something in your head, next thing you know, you've got some kind of, I don't know how they're doing it. They've got, there's a pop-up
or on another site that, like, what they know I was there.
Yeah, exactly. And so this data, that's another way to think about
retargeting.
Is retargeting. It's not all about emailing. It's about being able to identify these people and then feeding that up into these retargeting, these ad serving platforms. And so the database also becomes the asset that drives your display campaign too. So again, I think it's super important for the B2B marketers to not be thinking about data as just email lists.
Thanks for joining us today as part of our data video series. We've got a great offer for B2B marketers who want to quickly determine the exact size of your total addressable market. For qualifying companies, we're offering an addressable market analysis report that leverages our Market ID platform. We will analyze social data sources to provide you exact counts of how many contact records are in your total addressable market broken down by job title, industry, company size, and geographic location. It's a must-have starting point for the B2B enterprise marketer, and it's something we usually only offer in a paid engagement. To get started, all you need to do is fill out the form, and we'll get in touch for next steps.